What's up, fellow people who saw the Millennium? It's Wan Amirul from Gamer Braves, and today we're gonna be looking at Legend of Mana, the remaster of the game so old it was made by a company called Squaresoft. Before we get into that though, make sure to leave a comment and tell us if you'd like to see any old games revisited, and then subscribe to see us try to figure out how to record any of that and put it into a video. Gamer Braves. So, Legend of Mana is arguably one of the most experimental RPGs around. Rather than have its own big world for you to explore, it kinda splits that up into chunks that you can arrange to form your own world. The placement of these actually matter, and unfortunately one of the new features included in this remaster wasn't the game explaining this to you with any kind of clarity. If only there was some sort of guide to help you get the hang of it, you know? Curious. Once you set down your land, you get to explore it, which is a pretty great time. There's a lot of different areas for you to explore, such as a zone with PTSD toys, as well as other more classic RPG zones like a totally underwater aesthetic cave. My gripe here is that there's no minimap of any kind, so good lord either be taking notes or have some kind of walkthrough if you have severe FOMO on these things. While we're on the topic, the game features multiple events too, which are also super easy to miss. Either grab a guide or make peace with yourself in knowing that you will miss a lot of this content. One of my favorite things about Legend of Mana is that it's basically the Betty White of gaming. It looks great now, and even back then it was a looker. Seriously, the colors pop and you can't go wrong with 2D sprites. It also had the audacity to do away with random encounters, instead having enemies spawn at fixed points on each land. It's really cool because these enemy designs are very much products of their time. Like, there's nothing here that I'd say was particularly groundbreaking. And I think that's great too, because by actually being from that era, it doesn't feel like someone trying to pay homage to it. The music's also lovely too, just going hard at the best of times. Seriously, I love me an RPG with good fight music, and Legend of Mana has it in spades. Expect this on the gym playlist, you know? I'm just kidding, I don't go to gyms. But the music is good though. You also have special techniques, which are like abilities you can cast. These eat their own resource, which persists as long as you stay in the same land. Heck, this game even does away with turn-based battles using a real-time format instead. While it's obviously no Scarlet Nexus, it's pretty good for its time. Your special techniques are invulnerable on startup, so casting them to survive a death blow is a pretty smart idea if you can't get out to dodge. Actually, the more I think about it, this game's more of an RPG-like beat-em-up when it comes to the combat. Look at these colors. Tell me you haven't seen this in the back of some arcade. The other really experimental thing it's done is the lack of a super melodrama epic for a story. The game's plot is separated into several arcs, which are all pretty self-contained and non-linear. The stories are still pretty good, it's just if you're expecting something more Square Enix, you'll probably be in a bad time. That's pretty much Legend of Mana in microcosm. It's not your typical Square Enix game, and I think that's part of what's made it such a cult classic. Legend of Mana gets an 8 out of 10 from us. It's basically the same game, but enough time has passed since the game's original launch that a lot of you will be playing this for the first time. And as you should, it's an experimental game, something that I wish way more modern RPGs would try to do beyond just figuring out how to squeeze in whatever the new hotness is. On top of that, this re-release also includes the save bonuses from the original Legend of Mana, such as the Saga Frontier collaboration and the Chocobo, so you know, it's neat. Legend of Mana is available now on PC, PS4 and Nintendo Switch. Thanks to Bandai Namco Entertainment, the game's distributor in the CE region, for letting us check this game out. Today's comment was posted to our Digimon Vital Bracelet video. It's over, Mata writes. Can I just use this as a watch? XD. I mean, yeah, no one's gonna call the cops on you. Although if you're gonna do this, please at least train up one Digimon so you can go to bars and you meet people and be like, yo, this is my Imperial Dramon. And then they'll all swoon over you, and even the bartender will be like, hey, free Diet Cokes for this guy. Just because of the sheer amount of swag pouring out of you. Thanks for the comment, and don't forget to leave your own to get it read on the show.